On this episode, we kick on from where we left you last, parked up at our first major obstacle. A month earlier, we had heard that the southwest had copped some serious weather and there was extensive flooding throughout, which may explain the lake in the centre of the track. So we just flew that drone and the exit is like directly that way somewhere. So I'm gonna walk it, not the whole way, a little bit. Look, that's even deeper. Now I'm that deep. And it's cold. Sorry for swearing. That's where we're going. But it's definitely a track. No doubt about it. And it's hard. Solo vehicle. That's where we're at now. It's a bit sloppy now. No, we're gonna have to backtrack. That's too deep. Oh, the adventure. It is freezing cold. On the maps it says go straight through here, which is not correct. Right, so as you can see,
bit wet.
It's a bit deep. It was about to my waist for a while, which we're happy with waist for a longer distance. Oh, we've been through that high at Nolan's, but that's just a second, and it gets sloppy underneath. So it looks promising, and it goes around the outside, but we're not going to do it. Single vehicle. So it looks like there might be a little goat track around it. So we're just sussing that out now.
Going on foot.
On foot.
See, can make it around. It was there.
Yeah, this is a track. When we put the drone up, I spotted this clearing going through.
Well, it's maybe the better option at this point because the alternative track is like, how far back do you reckon?
I don't know. 20 k's, but like 20 k's is like...
It would take us hours just to get back.
There's our little detour.
That's where we've just walked and we've met back up with the main track. You can see across the lake. And Laz is sitting over there waiting patiently. So you swim back?
No, I'm not swimming back. That's the track we're going to take. We made it through and we're back on track. So let's kick on to Baxter's Cliffs.
Well, that wasn't it. We've just come to a mud pit. Good.
Driving into the night. We ended up not camping in Baxter Memorial. We're on a deadline to finish this track in basically 5 days. And we weren't really meeting that. We were doing sort of not that many Ks anyway. So we're driving into the night to a campsite so we can pull up and make some what's in the fridge quiche. We think we've made it to camp. What time is it? 6 o'clock. So we'll head in and that's probably going to be us for tonight. We'll see you in the morning to kick on with the track. We'll just eat and drink one beer and go to bed, so it won't be that exciting. So yeah, we'll kick on early in the morning. The plan is to get up about 5 AM and do about 12 hours of driving tomorrow so we can make some progress and see where we get to. Night. Good morning everyone. We've had a bit of an early morning. We're about 5 minutes away from hitting the tracks and it's around 7 o'clock. And I've come out and I had a look last night. We didn't have any issues as far as I could see on the vehicle, even with all the rough tracks, and we were going a little bit quicker than I would have liked. But we've got a bit of a slow leak, and I checked it's on 5 psi, so it's dropped 10 psi overnight. This is actually the rim that we bashed in. We hit a log on the Telegraph, the old Telegraph track in Cape York, and we just hammered it back in. And it's been fine since. It hasn't leaked. Well, I don't think it has. And now we've got a bit of a slow leak. I can't see if there's any punctures. But these tyres are old. These are like 6-7-year-old tyres. The old good rides. Mud terrains. They're noisy. They're soft. But they bloody seem to last, eh? Surprisingly. We've done Cape York with them. The Outback. Heaps of trips before we left on our big lap. So we'll get this aired back up, and then we've got about 10 hours. Do 100 and maybe 110 kilometres today, and that's at 20 kilometres an hour maximum speed. Normally we do about 10 to 15. So we've got about at least 10 hours of driving today. A couple of little spots along the way that we'll go see. Also, yesterday's damage report. The fan that hangs in the back of our trailer is completely smashed up from just getting banged against the edge. All the mounts are snapped off it, one of the wires is snapped, the little guard snapped. Anyway, cheap fan. So it's gonna have to get binned, unfortunately. But yeah, she's some rough tracks, really rocky. You just go like that for hours and hours and hours, but amazing scenery through the dunes, and then you go through these thick, more clay-like, and you can see when it rains it gets real boggy, and you can see where a lot of people have gotten bogged, and there's some deep ruts, at least 35s, as we went in one and we were dragging diffs. So yeah, anyway, we'll kick on, and hopefully so far it's just a slightly leaky tyre and a busted fan. So we've been driving this track for hours. It doesn't really change. Oh, hold up. Just did. Anyway, most of the time it doesn't really change. We're just going through a rutted section now. So we've been passing the time by playing Spot the Wildflowers. Also, we've named the different classes of the track and which one we like better in terms of the best amount of speed, that being slightly over 20 k's an hour. The smooth stuff that's like clay is your peanut butter, smooth peanut butter, and that's our favourite thus far due to its smoothness. We can do over 25 k's an hour, and yeah, and then there's slightly, what is there?
Well, there's crunchy peanut butter.
There's crunchy peanut butter, which is like rocks, where it's got rocks and stuff in the clay.
Or mega crunchy.
Mega crunchy, where it's just big boulders, so we have to slow down. We don't like that.
And then there's Maver's Smooth.
There's Maver's Smooth. Maver's Smooth is like really wet and oily. And then there's the home brand Crunchy, where it's like so dry. There's like that many peanuts in it, and yeah, like really chunky peanuts, but it's really dry. And you're just going like that the whole time. That's what we're currently on. And that just sort of chatters your jaw to bits. Like a bit of a rocky goat track. And that's it. We'll show you the different consistencies now. There's some more make it smooth. Still a bit wet.
And
This one's smooth. It's nice. Coming up to a bit of crunchy. Yeah, this is the thick crunchy where it's like
mega crunchy.
And this here we're coming up to the budget home brand dry as. Ugh. Pulled up for lunch, just on the truck. Once again, there's not a lot of spots you can stop, but I mean, we haven't seen anyone since that one car, which looked like they were probably locals or from the Airbird Observatory. We haven't seen any cars, nothing, no one's out here. It's lovely. Boil water. Okay. Perfect. Like your bum. She's dusty. Whole fridge was covered in dust. Just sort of red clay stuff that we're getting now. Most of the truck's that. Tulina Cove, crystal clear water. There's a seal, you can't see it, but there's a seal right there playing in and out. How awesome is that? Just in 20 minutes we've been here. We've seen shark, seal, school of fish. Bloody water's turquoise blue. Reckons it's a good fishing spot, but it's just cliff edge, so unless you bring your abseiling gear, and even then it's pretty sketchy, I wouldn't be abseiling down. We just found this freshwater, well, it says rock hole, but it looks like some sort of natural spring. They've got it covered up with cast iron and some old timber poles, and it's fresh water. There's a whole heap of tadpoles in there. Just at this junction here, we've got to kick on up the track up there and on to our next location, but we just came across this, which is super cool. Stopped for lunch at these cliffs here, making some cheese and salami quesadillas. And also I'm just going to quickly do a refuel with the extra jerry cans we have. We're about 2/3 of the way through, a little bit over 2/3 of the way through one of our 45 litre tanks. So I'll put that 25 litres of fuel in, and that'll be it for the spare fuel. And then we've also got the other 45 litre tank which is full, so we should make it, no problems. After spending most of the afternoon winding our way through the track which traversed clay country, we made it back to the coast just after sunset with spectacular views of Bilbunya Dunes. We began our descent to tonight's camp down 2 conveyor belts. The conveyor belts required careful driving, as the pegs used to fasten them down have been moved and damaged over time and were a potential tyre stake risk. The track was scattered with deeper wombat holes, but the landy crawled down easily with the trailer in tow. This is going to be a hectic lane. Ooh. I'm going this way because we have a trailer. That was exciting. Right, we made it to our beach camp. It's the Bilbunya Dunes, Bilbunya Sand Dunes Lookout Camp. And we've got I think it's about a K or two onto the beach entry for the Bilbunya beach, for the drive to Bilbunya Dunes, and then for the exit. So it's like 50k, I just look at the map, 50k for a beach run, and it's low tide only run. So we've got to go and check the tide tomorrow, and we've either got to wait it out, or yeah, we've got to wait it out, or hopefully it's low enough and we can go. So yeah, well that's tomorrow's adventure.
Because you know how before we said, don't be silly, check the time.
Yeah, I didn't check this beach. I didn't check the tide time for this beach. I only checked the last one. Anyway, so we're going to go down there and have a look at it. And it's 6 AM. And we're not having breakfast, we're just getting in, going down, having a look at where the tide is, sticking a stick in the bloody ground, seeing if the tide goes out. If the tide goes out and the beach is clear, we're going to make a run for it. If it's not, then we've got to wait. But if the tide's all the way out, then we can make a run for it as well. Should only take us about an hour to do the beach run. It's 50 k's, So yeah, that's the plan. So we'll see you down at the beach. Down at the dunes, sort of just past sunrise, and oh my god, is it stunning. A pot of dolphins just went past. This pop is drying up now and I'll show you. How stunning is that, surfing in and out of the waves. There's so many of them, there's like 50 little baby ones. Oh yeah. Anyway, this is Liv and Barry on the beach, Bill Bunya Beach. Now I've got a shovel in the ground, in the sand, dug deep so it doesn't get washed away. And we're gonna have a coffee and some breakfast. And then we're gonna see where the waves are hitting, because we've got to do a run up the beach for 50 k's. So we need it to be low tide. Coffee and biscuits while is our breakfast.
We've figured out that the tide's actually coming in. It's rising. Look how close it is. So we're not going to drive along the beach. We're going to go back to where we camped and then take a left and go to the inland track which goes along the salt flats.
Going over 40 k's an hour on the salt flats. Israelite Bay and we're heading down to the beach to have some lunch. It was all salt lakes and dunes, but it was quite flat and quick, so yeah, so we got it done pretty quick. So we'll come down here for lunch and then we'll figure out what we're going to do next. We're not quite sure. The goal was to get to here today, and we're already here and it's only lunchtime. Here we are, Israelite Bay. We made it. You got to do a cook up in the footwell because it's so windy here. Out on the water. Right, we finished up with our leftover tuna pasta lunch, and we're going to go check out the Telegraph station, a couple of the ruins around Israelite Bay, and then after that we're going to jump off the Telegraph track and we're going to head onto the fisheries track that goes basically towards Esperance. We would have had to gone from the Telegraph track further down, but there's nothing on the rest of the Telegraph track that we really want to see. And it's really slow going, and we have to be in Perth in 4 days. That's basically it for the episode. We'll end up doing about 500 k's of dirt track. So that will be the biggest stretch of dirt track Claire and myself done solo, and this remote and this rugged. So that's a bit of a cool little win there. We arrive into Esperance the day after Israelite Bay and spend the next couple of days making our way toward Perth for our house sit, seeing various sites along the way. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to follow along at our attempt at an adventurous lifestyle.